I'm on two China committees. One is bicameral, and then one is in Congress. And I learned just so much about this. And I was on the education committee too. President Trump is totally right. China is the biggest threat to all other industries, but especially universities. When they put hundreds of millions of dollars to our university campuses, it was hidden, so we didn't know. And last year, we started. That's why I introduced the Deterrent Act, because when we found out that UC Berkeley received over $220 million from Chinese government, and they are actually building off campus in China 1.7 million square feet researching on semiconductors. It's very, very dangerous, but UC Berkeley never reported to the Department of Education. That has to be done. So my bill is actually the clear, transparent on this disclosure, and I went down from 250,000 threshold to actually $50,000. And at that time, we found out that all these universities getting money from China. So China tried to influence or steal, and they are the biggest theft and hacking for our computers and everything. So you know what? That's when I found out this China is not just other industries, but our university campuses, that they are actually influencing and they try to steal it. Why universities failed to find out that what's been stolen. So they have to train, they have to work with not just Department of Education, they have to report to the Department of Defense, because, for example, for Stanford, University has relationship with Peking University, and they were sharing about the engineering physics. And Peking University, especially for the nuclear program, and they are linked to China's military, China's military ground. So you know what? We really have to know that we have to keep our research stuff, especially sensitive stuffs. And we really have to vet those Chinese students who coming in to United States, especially they are in sensitive fields. So we know that who are coming in and who are not. And we have to really protect our research materials, and we have to protect our students. And that's what we have to do. Well, you know what? Universities failed to find out that what's been stolen. So they have to train, they have to work with not just Department of Education, they have to report to the Department of Defense, because, for example, for Stanford, University has relationship with Peking University, and they were sharing about the engineering physics. And Peking University, especially for the nuclear program, and they are linked to China's military, China's military ground. So you know what? We really have to know that we have to keep our research stuff, especially sensitive stuffs, and we really have to vet those Chinese students who coming in to United States, especially they are in sensitive fields. So we know that who are coming in and who are not. And we have to really protect our research materials, and we have to protect our students. And that's what we have to do. China's threat is, it started on Ways and Means Committee for the Trade all over the world, that they are going after those kind of like a poor countries, and they were building infrastructures. But university campuses, they are stealing that, especially for UC Berkeley, $220 million, they're pouring money in. And they're building campus, actually the research center inside of China. And our students are working with Chinese students for the semiconductors. That's very, very dangerous, because we know that I was on AI committee too. They're the one trying to steal. And it's not just they are using only those sensitive fields, but other stuffs they are using to build their militaries. So you know what? We really have to stop that. is the reason that, this is really important issue that all these universities coming out. Stanford Review just revealed that why they were actually, they were, investigated by the government, and they found out that why it was, and we tried to stop that. So we have to stop this China just going after not just other industries, not just other infrastructures, but universities brainwashing our kids, and they really have to stop pouring money in. But these universities already failed to report to Department of Education. So they really have to make it very transparent that what kind of money coming in. My bill is not just threshold lowering from 250 to 50,000, but actually you really have to report when you even have one coffee with anybody from China or Iran and Russia, North Korea. So you know what? We try to see, and there's consequences when you don't follow that law. It passed Congress last year, by the way. President Trump has been doing a great job for the first 100 days, and now that you saw that about the trade issue, that he implemented this tax 145% tariffs, and in April, but you found out that in China, over 60 million people lost their job with that. So that really hurt that she's power in China. That's really good. And yes, we are doing the right thing. And I see that board of the education committee, that what they are doing, yes, we are following up, and we are actually working with the universities, and we're going to change the route. So we're going to do much better and not stolen all those research materials from universities to China. China is one of the biggest threat, and they are very dangerous. China is spending over $3.4 billion that Chinese Communist Party members, we don't even know how many members they have in the world, 1 to 2 million people, Chinese Communist Party members. They are actually trying to influence that innocent Chinese Americans or Chinese people here in the United States. That's why you found out the China police. I mean, they are doing whatever they can. And any Chinese descent, it doesn't really matter where you live, or it doesn't really matter that what kind of citizenship you have to be loyal to Chinese government. And every 6 months they have to report. I mean, we really have to look at what they are doing and how they are influencing these university campuses. We don't have freedom, free speech, or we don't have any freedom, those Chinese students, because when they say anything against China, guess what happened? That they get really abused, or their families getting some consequences in China. So we really have to protect these innocent students, innocent Chinese Americans, but at the same time, we really have to vet those students coming in, or anybody, even diplomats, and they're coming in, we really have to vet them before they come into United States. We try to protect our American people, and we try to protect America from China. So President Trump has been doing a great job. And Congress, we have Republican Congress, we are working very closely together. Actually, I'm out, but you know what? Speaker Mike Johnson has been doing a great job, and I'm very proud of them, that what they are doing.